So these are the top 10 mistakes that I've noticed of entrepreneurs, including myself, and how I think you can prevent the mistakes. So mistake number one is this great temptation to multiply a big number by 1%. I hear plans along these lines every day. I bet many of you have said this, right? 6 billion people in China. How hard could it be to just get 1% of that? You realize how big we'll be if we just get 1% of the people in China? How hard could that be? Huge mistake, because it is hard to get 1%. There's two mistakes in this. It's hard to get 1%, believe it or not. And also, I don't think any potential investor wants to hear that the focus of your company is to get a mere 1%. Two sort of contradictory problems with that. So I think that the solution is to always calculate from the bottom up. So the bottom up analysis on selling dog food online would be, well, let's see, we'll open up a website using our black hat, SEO tricks where we're going to stuff all the keywords in the headers and we're going to search for the terms that people use, and we're going to hide out behind Matt Kutz's house and go to Google and go through the dumpster. We're going to figure out the algorithm because we're smarter than the 25,000 PhDs at Google. Let's say you get 100,000 unique visitors a month, in the first part of your company to visit your website. Of those 100,000 uniques, a mere 1% buys a case of dog food. So that's 1,000 people buying a case of dog food. That's 20,000 cans of dog food per month. So bottom up, you're at 20,000. Top down, you're at 1.5 million. Guess which way you probably are going to go initially. You're going to be much closer to 20,000 than 1.5 million. So always do this bottom-up calculation, okay? It's a reality check. Mistake number two is that you scale too fast. The way the thinking goes like this is, investors gave us money to invest, not to sit on it, not to conserve it, to invest. They want us to spend because we have swap spit, because we have kumbaya, we have seen eye to eye. Our investors love us, they believe in us. So we need to scale, because using our patent pending, curve jumping, paradigm shifting way to sell dog food online, conservatively speaking, we're going to sell 1.5 million cans of dog food per day. And the worst thing in the world would be to have a bad reputation for service. So let's build all this infrastructure up, because the worst thing in the world would be to start off with a poor service reputation. And I think this is probably the most common things that kills company. I have never seen a company die because it could not scale fast enough. Once in my life, once in my career, I hope I can invest in a company or advise in a company that could not scale too fast. The solution is a very different perspective, which is to always eat what you kill. That is, you don't build up an infrastructure. You don't hire customer service. You don't do all those things until you're actually got something killed, until you've bagged it. Number three is to focus on partnerships. Let me tell you what partnership means. Partnership means I don't have sales. Partnerships are bullshit most of the time. Second thing, the way you prevent this is focus on sales. Sales fixes everything. Really. If I could just communicate one thing to you, just forget everything else I tell you today. Sales fixes everything, because as long as you have sales and you have revenue and you have cash flow, you are still in the game. If you don't have sales, all the partnerships, all the bullshit, all the business development, all the strategic stuff is total bullshit. Fourth mistake is to focus on the pitch. I meet many entrepreneurs, particularly first-time entrepreneurs. They're so obsessed with the pitch and the plan. So I see many entrepreneurs who focus too much on the pitch. Excel, Word, and PowerPoint are not the key apps for you. What you should do is focus on the prototype. Make that prototype website, make that prototype software, make that prototype hardware, the device. The most important thing you could do is focus on a prototype. Number five is, if we're going to do a pitch, let's at least do the pitch right. I think most pitches contain way too many slides. 10, 20, 30 rule. The way the ideal pitch goes is that you, in the first minute, explain what you do. Not who you are, what you do. Number 6 is, I think many entrepreneurs believe that it's a serial world. First I'll raise money, then I hire the team, then I build the prototype, then I'll get sales, then I'll go public. I thought this way too, but life is not fair. Life is not serial. Life is parallel. I need to build the prototype, recruit the team, raise money, sell and support at the same time. We're pushing everything down the path at the same time. Admittedly, it would be easier, maybe even more optimal, to do things serial. If I could just focus on fundraising, focus on the prototype, focus on sales. Number 7 is the concept that you are going to retain control. So retaining control is a delusion. I know you have advanced math degrees and you know that 51% is the majority of the company. So you think that with you and your buddies having 51% of the company, you control the company. Give up this concept that we have to retain control, because the moment that you have taken outside money, you have lost control. Just get over that. And so the better way to approach this is to think we need to make a bigger pie. Instead of 51% of a piece of crap, we want to end up with 5% of the next Google, Cisco, Apple. Always be thinking bigger pie, bigger pie. It's not the percentage of the company that you own, it's the per share price. Number 8 is to use patents for defensibility, right? I bet in many of your pitches, when it comes to the defensibility slide or the competitive analysis slide, you say, we filed patents. I'm not discouraging you from filing patents. Go ahead, God bless you. File the patent, costs $1,500, right? And it'll take you 10 years to get it done. By then you'll probably be dead, but it's okay. But we do not believe that patents make us defensible, because it'll take so long to get. File the freaking patent, okay? But don't believe in your mind it makes you defensible, and never say that it makes you defensible. What you should say is, we filed the patents. We're going to do this just in case. Someday we may be acquired. It'll make us more valuable. But fundamentally, we believe that what will make us defensible is our success. So we are focusing on making our company successful. Number 9 is that when you hire people in your own image. So if you're male and white, you hire male and white. If you're young, you hire young. I think it's a huge mistake that to really be successful, you need to hire people who complement you, who are different from you. If you're a kid, you need an adult. So you need to hire people who complement you. Fundamentally in a company, there's only 2 real functions, okay? When you cut all the bullshit out, there's only 2 things the company has to do. You have to make it and you have to sell it. Duh. Number 10 is this concept that you're going to befriend your investors, because you met with them and they really understand what you're doing. They really like you. They said to you, we invest in people. We have faith in you. We have confidence in you. Why do you think we're giving you millions of dollars? It's because we invest in people. And what you hear is, oh, they like us. They befriended us. Listen, I'm not saying you should have a hostile relationship with your investors, but I'm telling you that is a very tenuous relationship. I don't want to sound negative and depressing and all that, but just accept the role that you are a means to an end. They want to give you $1 and get back 50. That's okay. And so the better approach to this is to always exceed expectations. I guess I'm telling you, you should sandbag investors. You should always sort of forecast what you are 80% certain you can deliver. That you should tell them that something's going to ship in June and it ships in May. And as long as you exceed expectations, it'll be a friendly, cordial relationship, or they'll leave you alone, which may be better. That's the top 10 mistakes of entrepreneurs.